Hello and welcome. Talk-ohhh-Challenge. Forgot the iPad. Goddamn, hold on. Well, I guess it's a bit early for me then. Welcome to Talk-ohhh-Challenge, where I take a word from the word generator and I paint something with it, and I let you into my brain as much as I can when it comes to the thought process, the planning phase. That's what the vlog is all about. So, if you don't know me, if you're new to the channel, my name is Sarah. I'm the artist behind Pinselgeschichten, and let's go, shall we? Starting, word generator, do your magic. And the word of the day is, drum roll. Come on, internet, help me out here. Don't be so slow. Anophyte or Anophyte, whatever, however you say that word. It's a moss or moss-like plant which cellular stems having usually an upward growth and distinct leaves. So plant again. Ooh. Great, just like 2 weeks ago. Hope this works out better this time. So, moss-like plant. Okay. So, I haven't decided yet, or I don't have a craving for a specific medium, which leaves things a bit more open. And I need a pencil and some thoughts. Let me think. Moss. Oh, gosh. Mosses, when I think about those, it's actually, what comes to mind? They grow rather flat on the bottom of whatever, usually earth. And they are like pillows. Or they grow on trees, like on the bark. And in some other parts of the world, I'm thinking South Carolina, for example, or Louisiana in the States. They also grow from the branches, and they're just like, they look like ropes when they come down, growing like that. Now this thing here, and I gotta write down the name to have it in the video later. It says it has cellular stems having usually an upward growth and distinct leaves. So that means for me that I would go for something that grows from the bottom upwards. Distinctive leaves, okay. That kind of irritates me. But okay, we do have a moss here that is, let's go with this. So the usual moss is like these pillow thingies, right? Pretty much very dense. You don't see singular stems or whatever. And then we do have another kind of moss, and you can see that more when you dry it. Not really when it's fresh and wet somewhere. Oh god, I do have masking tape all over my desk. Anyways, I got distracted. So they grow more like this. And they do have specific stems, and you can see those when they're dried. So maybe I go for one of these. I don't want to look up the word like in Google Images or whatnot. I'm just going to do that once I'm done with the painting or drawing and see how close my imagination is to reality. Because it actually gives me a bit more room to create something, no matter if I'm close to whatever it is that I'm drawing, like in real life, if I'm close or not, doesn't matter. Gives me just more leverage, like in what I could do. If I see a picture, I just drew the picture. So that's not the intent of this vlog. The intent is to go from scratch. So coming back to the moss, it's a moss-like plant, so it doesn't actually have to be like that, but could be more like this. And it grows upwards with distinctive leaves. So I could pretty much give any kind of a leaf to this kind of moss. How would it be different from a plant? Then what distinguishes a moss from a plant, like from a flower plant or any other green stuff? Okay. Maybe if I draw in the leaves only at the top, so that they have like a lid that is moss-like, like as dense as the usual quote-unquote moss. So you got a lot of density, and you only see that it has distinctive stems when you look from the side, not when you look at the moss from the top. That could be something. Now, if I'd go, let's plan it out, right? With this one, I would go with a smaller surface, just because there is not much to draw or paint. And yeah, well, there's not much to draw or paint, and you can really focus on the plant. If you would have it in a big surrounding, you could easily lose it. Like, I want the plant to be the focal point of the painting. So I'd go smaller with the surface, but not too small, so that I can draw in details and whatnot. Not just have a green blob there. And I'm assuming green, by the way. It could be grayish white as well, but or a bit of teal, turquoise kind of colors. Could be working as well, actually. Anyways, let's go with the shape first, and then I can decide what color spectrum and what medium I'm going to use. So if I'd say this is my surface, do I want to make it like a study? Like in the old biology and whatnot books. That would be actually nice. Like that, I could really paint it in the middle. Just have stems coming out. Having it like a bowl shaped. And all the lines would stand out, and the background between those lines would be just green or whatever color I'm going to use. And with a permanent marker, I could draw in like, well, let's say I take these kinds of leaves. And with a permanent marker, I could make these lines that have, I don't know, 5 inches, and that is 1 inch. Like these marks around there. That could be something. And by choosing a cold green for the background and a slightly warmer green down here, and then going to the cooler greens up here, maybe to the grayish turquoise teal kind of colors that I just said, I could set it into a nature wood kind of setting, just suggesting with the colors, you know. Could that be something? Difficult. Or I'd leave those things out and just go super small with the surface, just like with the Tiny Tuesdays or something. They're 9 by 7 centimeters tall, or big, or huge, or tiny. So there would not really be much space to be distinctive with the colors and shapes and whatnot. I think maybe now would be a good time to decide which medium I would use, because that influences how I'm drawing or painting. And like how much detail I'm able to put in there on a certain size. So if I'd go with Copics, I would go probably 10 by 10 centimeters. If I'd go with any kind of watercolors or inks, I could go even smaller. I could do like the 9 by 7 centimeters. I could also do that blown up, like in a bigger surface, 20 by 20 maybe, and having the background fade out into the paper color and just have the plant in the middle centered. But then I would actually go in with the style of a book or measurements or whatever, weird Latin names. But that would make it mixed media then in the end, because I would use ink for that, just to give the impression of a book. Or I could do acrylics. Then I would have to be 20 by 20. And I wouldn't draw in or paint in that many details. What's it gonna be, Miss King? What's it gonna be? I don't want to go with pastel chalks, because the last plant on these challenge videos I drew with pastel, and I didn't like the outcome. So I think since do I want that? Yeah, well, let's go for it. I do have watercolors in different kind of packings or supply media. I got Tombow markers. I got different kinds of watercolor pencils, and I got the pots with watercolors in. So I could actually mix those and like that create depth. I think that would be cool. So I'm going with watercolors. And I do have a wide spectrum of colors there, so I might not even need to mix that much. So the question would just be, or I think that would be something that I would leave open to the point that I had the plant drawn and painted. And depending on how prominent and in your face the plant is and the colors are, I would then only decide, do I want to go for the book style, like with the measurements and whatnot, or do I just want to leave it? I think I will go on a smaller surface, not the big ones, just to change things up a bit. The last watercolor paintings that I did were all on a larger background, and I think I just want to go for a smaller one this time, just for that reason. Had I painted smaller ones the last couple of weeks, I would probably crave a big one now. So I'm going to set up and let you watch along how the painting is coming together. I'm staying with this shape here and just have leaves on top that make it moss-like. And then I'm coming back and kind of reviewing the painting with you, or how much it changed from the planning phase here. So yeah, stay tuned, enjoy a few minutes of watching along as I paint. There you have it. This is a Anophyte or an Anophyte or whatever, however you pronounce it. I decided to go for a small canvas, or paper I should say, and this one is 8 by 10.5 centimeters, which is 3.2 by 4.1 inches, so rather small. And I actually really like this one. In contrast to the last plant I painted, I like the outcome right away, really, really, really a lot. Maybe like 1/4 into the painting, I didn't like it, but that's usually the point when it comes to watercolors, that I don't like what I do, and then I just keep on building up and all is good in the end. I just learned to trust myself there. But I really, really like it. I did not go in with inks and did the school book kind of thing, because I didn't know where to place it, and just putting it on top, I think it would have ruined the thing. So I stayed very loose here with just hinting at the leaves, and I'm pretty much in the same direction with the stems. So that's pretty much, that stayed the same, and those leaves like down here being quite small, not the 6 leaves per stem, but only 2 or 3, that also stayed the same. So I'm very close to what I planned. The thing that I changed was the frame here. Other than that, it's a bit more brown, or has a bit more earthy colors. Down here it's not only brown, it's also a bit of blue and a tiny bit of grays and whatnot. But I stayed quite cool on the bottom with earthy colors in there, but cool earthy colors, and on top I went with warm colors, light green, bit of yellow here in the background. And as you saw while painting, I did choose 3 different kinds of watercolor supplies, or 4 if you say that I use 2 different kinds of pencils. But I went with the pots here, or I should use the other camera. I went with the pots here, using the sepia, the cool blue, and those 2 greens, and a bit of lemon yellow, and a tiny bit of the warm brown, just for mixing purposes. These here I just used for outlining and giving first layer, and I did most of the watercolor pencil work with those here. I'm not using them very often because they're quite hard on their lead. This is not a soft lead, so I usually scratch the paper when I use them, and that's not what I'm good at, using those. So I really like just using them for the final ones, not liquefying them in the end. And the last thing that I used out of my Christmas box are these 3 colors of Tombows with a bit of water. I liquefied all of those colors and just stayed dry with the last round of watercolor pencils. And there you have it. This is my painting, and now I gotta check what the plant actually looks like, because I'm curious how close I actually am. Images. Yeah, I'm not too far off. Yeah, these are the mosses that I said that we have here in Europe too, that have some stems looking out. So yeah, I'm kind of close, though they grow a bit different over here, more like in this fashion than in the images I just saw. And if you're curious what they look like, or if you don't know, Google them. I'm not gonna show you here. Gotta do some stuff on your own. Anyways, this is the challenge of the day. I'm very happy with the outcome, and I'm very curious what the next challenge next week will be, what I'm going to produce there. It's always nice to have a surprise when you work with word generators or something that you don't think of or about drawing or painting for weeks and weeks before you actually get to it. So that's cool. If you want to throw a word at me that I should use instead of the word generator, feel free in the comment section below. I would love to, well, just paint whatever you throw at me. That would be cool. And if you want to share this video or give it a thumbs up, that would be highly appreciated. Let other people see what crazy things I do here. And if you haven't already and like these kinds of videos, subscribe to the channel. I've got lots and lots of different kinds of art videos for you throughout the week. And on Sundays, I got a board game video for you that I shoot with my husband, which is always either hilarious or just weird, let's put it like that. But it's always kind of silly. I thank you very, very much for watching. And if you feel like it, go and do your own version of the unpronounceable plant moss kind of thing. I will see you tomorrow with a new art video and on Saturday with a new vlog reviewing the whole week. So stay tuned, take care, have a good one, and go create. Bye!